shortage is really driving the inventory of new vehicles down, especially at the lower price levels where there are not as many options and the auto manufacturers aren't making as much margin. And what that's doing is driving demand for used vehicles, where prices for used vehicles are really going up again. And so we're seeing the highest price per used vehicle sold right now. And what that's really doing is driving people to keep their vehicles longer. And for us as an auto parts company, that means more maintenance, more repairs on their vehicles, and that's really good for our business long term.
And so when you have customers that are buying from carparts.com, is it mainly a customer like me if I have a used car and I'm replacing something that's broken, or are you selling to another business that is repairing cars for a consumer like me?
We have a very unique distribution model in that we source our own products, we put them in our own distribution centers, and then we sell it to customers just like you. So most of our customers do the repairs themselves, and there are a ton of resources today where a customer can learn how to fix any vehicle and fix or replace any part that they want and save money in the process.
We talk an awful lot about electric vehicles, and President Biden just held an event with big, pretty ambitious targets for the electric vehicle market, wanting to see, I believe, 50% of the vehicles on the road be EVs by the year 2030, which is a long way to go from where we are now at about 2%, I believe. What are you seeing for demand for electric vehicle parts on your website?
So the demand is really tied into the penetration of the electric vehicles into the car park. But we think it's really a positive development because we've been making investments into the EV market and the EV owners market for some time now. And we have on our website, we have a destination, carparts.com/EV. And our belief is that long term, those investments that we're making today are going to pay off. And an EV is not really that different from a regular vehicle. 90% of all the parts that we sell are agnostic to the powertrain. So an electric vehicle still has brakes, still has control arms, bumpers, mirrors. So it still has a lot of the same parts as a regular engine car. And so we're making investments into it, but it's really the same parts.
So, Lev, I'm curious, the average age of a car on the road today has probably never been higher than it is today. And that's in part because new cars are expensive. It's in part because there's a shortage of new cars. The dealers can't get the inventory. But third, is it in part because old cars are better than they ever were and last longer? So my question is am I right on that? And number two, what is the average age of the car for which you sell these replacement parts? 4 years, 8 years, what?
That's a great question, Tyler. So yes, the average age of the vehicle on the road today is 12 years, and our sweet spot is really 6 to 15-year-old vehicle. So right now, it's probably the golden age for us because it's right in the middle of our sweet spot. And so cars are lasting longer. Consumers are maintaining them better. And there are a lot more resources out there to help consumers and educate consumers on what they need to do in order to keep their car longer. So it's really a great time to be in auto parts business.